Hey, it's time for you to fill your prospecting calendar. How full is your prospecting calendar? You know what I find amazing is the vast majority of salespeople really don't have a full prospecting calendar. They think it's full, but it's not. No, it's not. It's not even close. And really, a lot of salespeople will admit it. Almost all salespeople will admit it when they really get pushed. Let me give you 10 things as to what you can be doing right now to help you fill your prospecting calendar. One, target your ICP. I talk a lot about this. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. It's why I wrote the book, High Profit Prospecting, and it's why I wrote the book of Mind for Sales, because I want you to get very focused. I want you to target your ICP, target your ideal customer profile. That's number one. Number two, I want you to have a strong CTA. Now, my strong CTA right now is I want you to hit subscribe. I want you to subscribe to these videos because I put a new one out every week. You see, you got to be very clear. What is the CTA that you're asking, you're putting out there with every prospecting message that you send? Because it's amazing the number of salespeople that really don't have a clear CTA. And the customer really, see, the salespeople know, customers know you're trying to sell something. Then be upfront with it. Don't hide behind the bushes. Don't hide behind the bushes. Do a clear CTA that moves them to the next step. The next step might be just a phone call. The next step might be a discovery meeting. The next step might be a trial. The next step might be for them to share information, whatever it is. But make sure you have a CTA that takes them to the next step. Number three, clear expectations. Clear expectations for both you and your customer. Now, what do I mean by this? Clear expectations is kind of interesting because it means the customer has to know, what is the process? You see, when I ask the question of a prospect, how do you normally make decisions like this? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to understand from them what expectations can I have as to how they're going to make a decision. And you want the customer to have clear expectations. What is it that you're trying to do? What is it that you're trying to help them with? You see, clear expectations cuts both ways, and especially right now because it's noisy out there. And the customers have a better ability to understand who you are and what you stand for. That's why I talk a lot about authenticity and transparency. Because authenticity and transparency, very, very key right now when it comes to sales. I'll come back and talk about that in another video. Number four, multi-channel. Multi-channel. What do I mean by this? You got to be using every medium out there. You see, this means you are using video, you're using text messaging, you're using email, you're using social media, you're using whatever mediums. Now, not every medium works for every industry. I totally get that. But you have to be willing to push the envelope because what you think is comfortable to you, that person may not. Well, what do I mean by this? You see, you may prefer people communicate with you by way of email. Great. Your prospect may say, hey, they prefer WhatsApp. I had that happen to me just the other day. A customer that I really want to do business with, they said, we just prefer WhatsApp because they happen to be in another country. You've got to adopt the preferred communication method of your prospect. That means you have to be willing to use multi-channels. Number five, be their solution. You see, right now it's kind of interesting. It is so noisy out there. There's so many things happening out there that if I can't be part of my customer's top 1, 2, or 3 problems, it just isn't going to measure up. It just is not going to measure up. So what I got to do is I got to be very clear that I can be their solution to help them solve their number 1, 2, or number 3 priorities. That's what I mean. You want to be seen as the subject matter expert. Again, this is why I said earlier, authenticity and transparency. You have to create a level of trust and confidence that goes beyond anything people have seen in the past. Hey, number 6 there, rinse and repeat. If you've been around me, you know I love to talk about the shampoo bottle. The bottle of shampoo and how the words on it say rinse and repeat. Yeah, rinse and repeat. Yeah, you've got to keep coming back. You got to keep coming back to them, coming back to them. But rinse and repeat doesn't mean with the same message. No, just like shampoo. You put clean shampoo in your hair when you repeat the process. You do that same thing with your prospecting. Every message must bring different value, different messaging. And you have to, that's how they begin to see you as standing apart. And don't think for a moment that you're going to sit there and be shady with them. No, because you know what? That's the next one. Your reputation matters. Your reputation matters. You see, this is one of the big things I call out social media for. Because social media helps you establish your reputation. Social media allows you to establish, because you know what? Nobody's going to talk to anybody without first Googling them. What does Google say about them? What does Google say about them? What does Google say about you? Chances are it's going to go to LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn, if you're in a B2B environment, yeah. What's it say about you? If you're in a B2C environment, it may go to Facebook. What's that going to say about you? You see, you have to ask yourself this question. Would customers want to do business with me if they went out and saw what they saw about me on the internet? Number 8, leverage existing contacts. I'll tell you what, we can never do enough with existing contacts. We just can't. Now, existing contacts take on a number of different things. Existing contacts are customers, current customers. They're past customers. They're leads that never materialized. They may be customers that left you or never chose to do business with you, but they're people that understand who you are. See, these are people where your reputation has already arrived, see. So why would you not leverage existing contacts? Don't think for a moment you need to spend all your time chasing prospects, new prospects, when you've got a whole list here that you haven't focused in on. Number 9, referrals. Oh, wow. Easiest way to fill a calendar. Easiest way. Ask for them. You have to be deliberate. And don't think for a moment that, well, I don't think we really did a good job. How do you know? How do you know with that existing customer? Call them up. Talk to them. Hey, who else would benefit from this? Reach out to people. Now remember, referrals cuts both ways. You got to make sure that you're giving referrals. The more referrals you give, now it's not a quid pro quo. No, it's not anything like that. But what I'm saying is, it's amazing how when I get in the habit of giving referrals, it's amazing how I just wind up getting more referrals too. Number 10, make the calls. You got to make the calls. Hey, you can't fill your prospecting calendar by saying, well, here's my plan. I'm just going to sit back and wait for it to happen. No. You have to make the calls. You have to be deliberate. You have to be intentional. You have to be focused. You have to schedule a time, and you have to make it happen. But when you do, it's amazing. Good things do occur. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. 10 items to help you fill your prospecting calendar. Check out the website. Check out my YouTube channel. I want you to take advantage of everything I've got there for you, including my books. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Great selling.